Today we're going to take a look at running a bearish divergence scan across the stocks within Metastock. So in this particular one, we're going to have a look at the ASX top 300 stocks and just run a scan and see what opportunities are available. Now, occasionally when a market gets overheated and the top 50 stocks across the entire market are showing bearish divergence, or a lot of them seem to be overbought but they're not pulling back just yet, then there can be a number of bearish divergence signals. So it's difficult to try and get set long when all the market's just rising, but yet there are some bearish divergence signals. Now, we've covered some videos already that show the power of bearish divergence and bullish divergence, but in this case, in an uptrend, we're going to have a look at some potential shorting opportunities, not now, but just the concept around how we could go about doing that. Now, this particular scan here, just going to pop in here, and I've actually run the scan, so I'm going to look at the report here. So it's brought up a number of stocks. So typically what I'll do is open all the stocks that actually met that criteria there. Okay, now let me take you through exactly what that criteria is. So this particular one, we are looking for bearish divergence. So we need stocks to be in an uptrend. We need stocks that are hitting new recent highs, typically relative to the previous high and that type of thing. So it's a pretty simple scan, but you can use it across pretty much any market to try and shortlist. You wouldn't be taking every signal here, you'd be shortlisting it. And with bearish divergence, you'd be eyeballing it for potential trading opportunities ahead. So this one is just saying the ATR 30, we want the average true range to be above 1.65%. So basically we're going to try and get rid of property trusts and stocks that don't move very much at all. Close greater than 20 cents, but less than 20. So we want that sort of green chip range, I guess that range of stocks that have got a bit of volatility. You might want to have a look at stocks that are up to $40 or $50 or something like that. So we want the moving average rising. So these are looking for uptrending stocks that are possibly looking to turn. So we want the 100-day moving average to be greater than the 100-day moving average yesterday, and we want the stock. That's pretty much the key thing here. The stock needs to be overbought. So that's one of the prime things on how we're shortlisting it, and we just want to make sure these stocks are actually got some volume there. Okay, so based on that scan, we're looking at this section here, trying to find some bearish divergence. So there's no bearish divergence there. Bit borderline, bit touch and go, maybe a double top there, but it has had a higher high with an equal high in the stochastics. So this is just a 933 stochastic here. So as you can see, it's had a higher high and equal highs down here. So borderline, that could be a possibility. And it's definitely had a dark cloud cover pattern just in there as well, as you'll see. We got here a MASIM, no, so it's got a higher high off the previous one, but the stochastic is also hitting a higher high. Here we go, here's one. So this particular one, AMA group, it's actually had a higher high, but the stochastic is forming a lower high there. So that is a bearish divergence signal, and it might be one worth looking into, whether you place a limit order above the current market or whether you wait for confirmation below that low. There's a couple of ways you could look to enter this particular trade short. Now keep in mind, obviously we're shorting trades, and right now it's August, to the end of August 2018, markets are roaring high, the S&P 500's all-time record highs, the Dow's up, the Nasdaq's up, even the Aussie 200 is looking to break into new recent highs. So we're in a very bullish trend, so any short-term weakness is exactly that, generally short-term in nature. A lot of them won't be on significant tearing downtrends at this point in time. Consolidation might be what you're looking for, so it's just a short-term swing which this bearish divergence signal might pick up. Okay, oh, here's another one right now. Okay, so, oh no, it's not, oh yeah, sorry. So the highs have had higher highs, and the stochastic is forming a lower high just through there. Okay, so from that signal there, it also went up there and was forming a well and truly lower high there. It did pop down just all in that one day. Obviously had a news announcement. And likewise just here, it's popping up again relative to that high. It is showing some bearish divergence. Hopefully, if you're looking for some trading opportunities which might give some short-term opportunities to the downside in a roaring uptrend, and exactly, they're very short-term. You'll see the pullbacks here are so small. Okay, it's not worth fighting it. However, when the market's in a consolidation phase, say we go ahead for the next couple of months and we consolidate for say 1 to 2 months, or even 6, 7, 8 weeks or something like that, in that range there might be some that are still slightly pushing to higher highs, but the general market's now in a consolidatory phase. It might not be heading higher, so we might be looking to sell the strength at the top of the market as we see bearish divergence. Perhaps this will give you some food for thought, how you might be able to use it in your trading, maybe build a new trading system based on that, or in certain types of markets when they are forming these types of patterns, you might be able to jump in there, run this scan, find some opportunities, and take some positions on the short side. Obviously, as you know, short selling comes with a lot of risks in terms of not being able to sell, and if it keeps rallying up, you have the opportunity for unlimited losses. Be very mindful of that. All right, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you do, please give it the thumbs up, and don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel as well. We'd love to have you on board. Thank you.